like to tell you our sustainable living story. I would like to show you what's possible to achieve. I would like to share with you all our ideas, invention, knowledge, and experience. I would like also to inspire you to live more sustainably. And I would like to empower you to make the difference. And at the end of the day, I would like you to think out of the box. So when I say we, that's my family. My partner Jana, she's a full-time mom with our now nearly 2 years old daughter Lada. And I'm actually a sustainable design engineer of building. So preaching what I live, and that's really important. And we live in a new farm, in a rental property. It's a block of 5 units, and actually our unit is these 2 windows here. So it doesn't look flashy, but it works so well. And when Jana actually found this place, we could immediately see the potential. So first of all, excuse my accent, I come from Czech Republic. And I come from a part which is called Bohemia. So no wonder that people call us Bohemians. And actually, we grew up in a sustainable way. Growing our own food was like a norm. Recycling and reusing stuff. And when we arrived here in Australia, we just couldn't believe how beautiful the country is. We couldn't believe how favorable climatic conditions are here for growing food. But we also couldn't believe how wasteful the society is. Do you know how much we actually, Australians waste on a food waste every year? How many $1 million or something like that? Any guesses? A lot. $5 billion. That's just unbelievable. But it actually is really positive because there is a huge scope for improvement. Yeah? So that's where we live. And we live with other 5 tenants there. Yeah? And this actually shows you just a sketch of the property. So most of the place is actually taken by the house. There is a huge concrete yard and driveway, shed, and just a tiny backyard. Yeah? So most of people, especially renters, would say, oh, you know, I can't do anything. I'm renting, I cannot do. There is so much renters and other people can do, and I will show you. We call it Spurtopia. Spur is my surname, and Topia is like a utopia. And you will see why. We call it also a small kingdom of happiness. Because this life makes us really happy. So let's go through it. That's how we actually started. 2009, it was just a lawn on the backyard. And we started right in the middle because there was a pile of rubbish. One guy who was moving out, he pulled out all his furniture, put it on a heap, set it in fire, you know, had a great bonfire. But then fire brigade came, extinguished the fire, find the guy, and we had a lot of rubbish to deal with. So that's why we started right in the middle. And look, this is our first crop. We planted some lettuces and zucchinis, and it was in the winter time. It was like a Christmas for us. Because in Czech, we would grow maybe half a year, 6 months, then we get a frost, and that's it. To give you an idea about climatic conditions there, 35 degrees in summer, minus 25 in winter. Okay? So this was just absolutely amazing. But look how it's changing. You know, everything what we do has got multiple purpose. And that's really important. Work with nature rather than against nature. So for example, this bamboo pyramid, it is like a climbing trellis for beans. And then beans provide a shade for a garden bed in summer. Also birds can sit on the poles and watch out for bugs. So they help us with pest control. The other night when we were sitting around campfire here, an owl joined us on the top of the pyramid for half an hour, sitting with us there. What a great experience! And finally, and most importantly, the shape of the pyramid is the same shape as pyramids in Egypt. And they provide this positive energy, not only for garden beds and plants, but also for human beings. So whenever I'm actually reading, I'm charging up. So we got the chooks because there was something missing in our garden when we started gardening. And because we're renting, we actually went and asked the real estate agent, can we have chooks? And the answer was no, because of rats, mice issues. So what we did, we actually wrote a letter how we are going to look after chickens. If there is any problem, we will get rid of them. We wrote that there will be like a welcoming addition to our small community. Everyone signed the letter, and we got straight away yes. So the lesson learned is don't be discouraged by first rejection. Always fight for it. It's worthwhile. A few of our inventions. That's a grain feeder made from bucket. There is never grain wasted on the ground. This is actually water feeder, a PVC pipe and a champagne bottle. Our girls drink champagne. That's why they are so happy. And we also actually have at the top, it's a tin. We actually growing maggots. That's a state-of-the-art technology. Maggot tin grower. Because we want to get a nutritious eggs. Right? And we put the meat scraps in, flies will get in like eggs, maggots will grow, as they crawl around, they fall through, and this is actually hanging on a chook ram, so it actually chooks feed them. So it's a constant supply of protein for them. But also, we do a favor to a local environment because we are reducing amount of flies, because they cannot reproduce. Does it make sense? Okay. So have a chooks, it's great fun. But also bees. When we started gardening, we had a huge problem. There were no bees around, and huge problem is pollination. That's why actually we seriously considered beekeeping. And we read a book about bees, we joined a beekeeper club, we asked neighbors around whether they are fine with that, and we just started. And guess how much honey we harvested from one hive from spring till late summer. Any guesses? How many kilos? 25. 10.
40.
40. 160 kilos of honey. Would you believe that? You know, that honey was absolutely divine. The first batch was dark and thick like melassa. And when we gave this honey to our friend, they said like, this honey is bloody good. Actually, the suburban honey is the best honey you can get because it's a mixture of flowers. The flowers are all year round, and people on their backyard, they don't use chemicals on their food. So this is actually literally organic honey. But you know, the bees are just incredible creatures. They act as a collective consciousness. So when they decide that the old queen is not good anymore, they will make a new one. Imagine how that would work with a human society. They say, oh, the old queen is not good anymore. Doesn't work like that. But I would wish that human beings would be as hardworking and as well organized as bees. And actually, a beehive is the most efficient system you can have on your backyard. Because not only pollination of your backyard, but the whole neighborhood. Not only honey for your family, but we actually sweeten our neighbors with honey. You can harvest pollen, and did you know that pollen is 5 times more concentrated protein than beef? You can harvest royal jelly. You can harvest wax. You can harvest propolis. That's why beehive is the most efficient system. And we are so dependent on bees because without bees, we wouldn't have half of our food. And what's happening with bees worldwide, this colony collapse disorder and so on, it's basically a reflection of what's happening with a human society, with us. So I would strongly encourage you to have bees. If not honeybees, native bees. We could be here for hours talking about bees. But look, you know, this is one of our inventions, self-watering plant boxes from broccoli box. It holds 10 to 40 liters of water, and basically we made a fruit and vegetable pyramid. That's how you can grow your fruit and veggie, anything you like, on a couple of square meters on a concrete. And because it's stored up to 40 liters of water, you can go for a month's holidays and it will be still growing. And the deal is, if we can make it for free, you can make it for free. So all these ideas and inventions I'm talking about today, it's on our website called Spur. So if you Google it, I also brought some flyers and contact details on how to help yourself. So all freely share, because for us, sharing is caring. Yeah? So that's what you can have, and actually you can have just one broccoli box on your balcony. Grow just a few herbs. It makes a difference. But look, that's our garden in 2014. Can you see the difference? Yeah? Unfortunately, one of the beans died on this pole, so we had to provide an extra shade. But you get an idea from the beans which are actually there. It actually provides plenty of shade in summer. This pumpkin is actually self-seeded pumpkin, yeah? And it took over the lawn. But we didn't really care because we get so many pumpkins and we don't need to mow the lawn. Yes? So, are you getting the idea? But it's not about gardening. It's also, actually, this is just to show you how much different stuff we produce on our backyard. Basically, this backyard produces majority of my family needs. We actually produce excess, which we share with other tenants and neighbors and with water. It's actually such a productive piece of land. And look at that. We actually came from Europe and we spent 5 years in UK. And there was every house would have solar hot water heating. Here, you have to search for it. And we've got so much sunshine here. It's free energy, so why not people using that more? Yeah? So this is just a samples of how we're using sun. This is our homemade solar hot water system from recycled materials. This panel, the glass is actually shower screen. Someone did a renovation of bathroom, put it on a curbside. The frame is the steel stud from Gibrock partition. The back wall of the house is a real estate sign for free. The black pipes, that's a black irrigation pipe, and as a hot water tank, a rubbish bin, never goes rusted. So it circulates on its own, doesn't need to have a pump. It costed us $50, and for that we get 200 liters at 50 or 60 degrees within 1 day. Okay? This is our solar oven. That's how we bake cakes, bread, rice, beans. You put there a dough, and in a couple of hours, cake is done. Inside of that pot, which is actually here, which is sitting here, is 180 degrees. It's like in your conventional oven. And you can make it completely from recycled materials. As a board, you can use either real estate sign or from these elections, this board. I would suggest greens, though. As a reflective foil, guess what? If you cut potato chip bags open, it's reflective inside, isn't it? So you actually glue it on. And the pot I found on the curbside, sprayed it black, and that's it. Again, the dimensions are on our website. Another way is at the top. Anyone can recognize that? Yes. Where it comes from? Satellite dish, exactly. And that's actually solar cooker. To give you an idea how hot it is, where the pot is, if you put there a hardwood, it will start to smoke within 5 seconds. That's how hot it gets. And it's also called a death ray. And I will explain why. During one demonstration, it actually went blue and turned it around, and it pointed towards a car. And what happened? Basically, it burned a hole like that in a bumper. The whole bumper started to melt. Yes? So why not actually use boiling water or frying eggs or your bacon. Yeah? Here we're making pizza box to make a yogurt inside. So basically, we can utilize the sun to our benefit. It's free energy. Why not use it? And this is how we're actually socializing. We're living in a small but functional community. And for us, it's very, very important because all our relatives are in Europe, but we don't feel lonely. Yeah, we have a sense of belonging. And when we go on holidays, the other tenants are looking after the garden. And we're actually making barbecues and pizza nights. Actually, this is our hot oven, which I built in 5 minutes from recycled materials, bricks and old barbecue clay. And it doesn't require a great deal of material to build. It's built quickly and it cooks instantly. And it's the best tasting pizza ever. Crispy with an extra small flavor. So this is how we actually socializing, and for us, community is really important. But we also sharing all our ideas and knowledge. So this is how we actually run workshops in other places for people to come and see and experience. Or we do a lot of open days, so it's all here and on our website. We do a lot of talks in clubs, and people are actually coming to our place to make these self-watering planty boxes. It's really weird, when people are gathering into our place with a box and piece of pipe, and neighbors are like, what is going on? So, we also actually do a lot of work with schools. And we had about 80 school kids coming to our place for excursion. We have got another one coming this Monday. And, it's all about, sparking the light in them, because they are such a bright kids. And, when you set them on a path, they go for it. Yeah? So this is how we actually live. And all what we want to share is, it's all about lifestyle. And we achieve such a great lifestyle because we reduce our living expense. I don't need to work. I don't need to go to work. I work just a casual job, and I've got plenty of time to spend with my family. I've got plenty of time to produce more organic and fresh food. I do a lot of work for community. I do a lot of talks and workshops and going all around Australia. And this lifestyle is actually simple, it's healthy, and it's happy. And it's such a great alternative to conventional lifestyle, which is served to us by the system. Yeah? And that's all about. But at the end of the day, we also do it for our kids. Not just for our Lada, but all kids. Because when they will grow up, they will ask us a question, something like, Mommy, Daddy, when you knew what was going on, what did you do about it? So what our answer will be. Yeah, living there is a lot of garbage to deal with, but I'm so positive about the future. And, at the end of the day, I would like you to think out of the box and do whatever excites you the most, whatever you get most joy out of. Because life is absolutely beautiful. And I think that's the last slide. So I would like you to be inspired and take the first step and create your own utopia. Yeah. So thank you very, very much. I keep it short. I might actually leave time for questions. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just asked you, how can you control some animals like the possum and the bats and
Yeah.
like that?
Okay, so these possums. We have got deal with possums in our place. They can eat whatever they like, on the trees, but they keep out of the garden. The first and most importantly, we should bear in mind that we are actually the best in their natural environment. So we can actually feed them, and we can make a pet possum. So if you give them a banana or an apple a day, they might eat your garden alone. But we also use, we actually would like to get some fruit. So using, for example, a Coke bottle to protect physically fruit. So if you cut the Coke bottle alongside, you can open it up and fruit can get in and actually enclose it completely. Yeah? And that's the only good use of Coke. Do you know what a Coke is made of? Sugar. But one of the main ingredients is actually derived from horse piss. So if you drink it, bon appetit! Actually, the other good use of Coke is it's great for removing stains. And truck drivers using that for cleaning truck engines. So imagine how it will clean our body.
Have you seen, I just saw online recently they have a new design that's kind of circulating called beehives that just have a chip.
Yeah, I have seen that. I can't really say, I think it's a brilliant idea because it will encourage more people to have bees. But I haven't seen that working, so I can't really judge. Yeah, but it's a brilliant idea, brilliant idea.
What about the dangers of having?
Okay, so how it works with bees, if you don't bother them, they don't bother you. So the only time I might get stung is when I rob them for money. Obviously. Actually, our daughter she's running on a garden, and no problem. Yeah. The only time she was stung when she actually ran between the hive and started to stick a finger in her eye. Yes? So that's this. But actually, talking about bees, if you buying honey, do yourself a favor and buy it either from a beekeeper or from a farmer, because the honey which is on a shop shelf is already dead honey. It has been thermally processed during the production, and the temperature kills all the enzymes. Yeah. The other tip for you is if you're using honey to sweeten your tea or coffee, put it there right before you drink it. So you've got all the goodness with them. Yeah. Couple of stories. Our daughter, Lada, she is the world-class water saver and fertilizing machine. And I will explain. We planted bananas, but they didn't really grow. But then she was born, and we started to use her bath water to soak nappies. And all these goodness and nutrition of nappies went into water, and we're using this water for watering bananas. And guess what? These bananas started to grow berserk. They already produce a huge bunch of bananas, and Lada loves bananas. So she eats bananas, producing CO2, and the cycle is closing here. So using all available resources. I'm sure that she will hate me saying these stories when she will be older.
Maybe have you thought of getting a goat to mow the lawns for you?
Yeah, actually we need a larger space. So this is about 100 square meters, and this actually shows that you don't need to have an acreage to produce your own food. Actually, you don't need to have a garden. You can grow it in a styrofoam box on your balcony, or you can even don't need to have a soil. Do you know what's the healthiest, freshest, and the cheapest superfood in the world? Sprouts. And they are so easy to grow, and they are so healthy. So I would strongly encourage you to have sprouts, because they are really fresh.
How's your water bill go?
Oh, water bill, we actually harvesting, we have got rainwater tanks over 5,000 liters. We manage all this for less than $100 to install, and basically we rarely use town's water. We actually have got one of the water tanks specially dedicated for drinking water as well. Yeah. Really good point. Actually, once the garden is established, on average, I would spend about 1 hour a day on a garden. That's pretty good deal, isn't it? Yeah.
Are there any regulations against keeping bees in the urban area?
There is a Brisbane City Council requirement up to 2 hives per block.
So it's okay to keep?
Yes, yes, yes.
And will bush bees or native bees fertilize your flowers?
Yeah, they are really good pollinators. They are not really good in storing honey, so you would have them mainly for pollination.
The downside of honeybees is that they're terrible hollow stealers, and so many of our birds and mammals are very dependent on tree hollows for roosting and reproduction. And once honeybees take over a hollow, it's never going to be used again by an animal.
Yeah.
So if you do have bees and they go feral, you've got to take them down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something to don't let them run away.
Yeah. Basically, this shows that what's possible to achieve, but it also shows that it can be replicated anywhere in any scale. Yeah.
All right, well, I have one more question.
Just one final one. So your real estate agents really don't mind, because I know that mine get picky about the slightest things, like not having to pay.
Okay. We actually were close to this our landlord, and he let us to do what we do, and in a return, we are actually increasing the value of the property. So whenever the potential tenants come for inspection, they want to move in. So the unit is not vacant for long. Yeah, so it works in both ways.
Okay. That's really
Yeah.
great.
Thank you very much. Life is absolutely beautiful. Yeah? Thank you.